That's insane, dude. So, and I was like, how is there not like a pickle shop then? Because that means that you could literally whatever you put in like the jar, right? You can make. So like try to make banana pickles.
People have made
pickled
carrots.
Oh,
that's habanero pickle things.
Pickled carrots, pickled onions.
Pears,
Like,
so pickling is just a way to do.
It's a way of fermenting food.
Yeah, dude, it's so wild.
That's fucked up, bro.
Yeah, man.
So,
I like it, dude.
You guys got the window too?
Yeah, dude, it looks awesome.
No one else has a window, right?
No, that's the smoking area. So literally, walk out in our room. That goes out. Here, I'll show you. It's really sick. This is actually my favorite part of the. All right, dude. Well, we just checked out the SIG spot, and that was fun. Now we're gonna roll.
The SIG
Let's do this. Can everyone hear in their headphones?
That one's me.
That's you.
Check.
Can you hear it?
Nah.
Take these ones. It'll be easier.
That's what you're saying.
I mean, because those are your headphones.
Oh,
those are the ones you started with Mimic.
These are the ones I started with Mimic.
Time ago, dude.
I tried to use these as the first mixing headphones, and I immediately was just like, fuck this, and I went to app like just using the
earbuds,
the input, or like the in ears, you know.
Yeah.
Not even they didn't have AirPods back then.
Check.
This was when I first started back in like
check
20.
one. Oh,
before
yeah.
2015, 2014.
Hello and welcome to Rawk Radio, episode 13. That is right.
Hello.
1-3. We made it, dude.
Yeah,
episode
consistency.
13, man. I can't believe it. It's fucking awesome. But yeah, these headphones, dude. These are the headphones you gave me.
Yeah, those are the first
during
ones.
the Mimic era, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And
Am I supposed to hear myself?
Can you?
No.
Yeah, check. Am I in?
Yeah,
I can hear.
I hear you the most.
Yeah, I only hear you.
All right, hold on.
Yeah.
Check levels.
Check. I just didn't know if I'm supposed to hear myself.
You
or
should
not.
Check,
be able to
check.
hear yourself.
Yo.
Yo.
Now I can sort of hear myself. Yeah, that's better. Maybe I just gotta be
This
close.
close.
Oh yeah. Well, you can take it off, dude. You don't if you don't want this.
Oh,
Check.
Get rid of that fucking thing.
Yeah.
Check.
Check. That's a lot louder.
Cool. Check.
Cool.
That's easier.
Just get it out of the shot. Yeah.
Macro again? I don't know.
Check.
Yeah, I'm here. Okay, cool. You hear him. You hear him? Hello. I can't really hear him. I can't hear him, man.
It's better.
You're set.
Now I can hear it.
All right, let's do this.
All right, yeah.
All right. Kombucha.
I just didn't know if I'm.
Kombucha. But yeah, so these headphones you gave to me.
Yeah.
Where did you get these headphones?
Yeah.
When was the first time these came into your life?
That was with the purchase of my very first attempt at a studio, I guess.
Wow.
Dude.
What did you start with?
I went with PreSonus, Studio One. That came with my
Which Marky uses.
So you were using Studio One
I
as
just
your
saw him at
dog.
Guitar Center the other day. Yeah, so
Um,
I got the M Audio. That was my first interface.
The 2-input. Yeah.
Yeah, the 2-input, and that
Nice.
Uh,
came with PreSonus Studio One and with those headphones, and
Yeah.
that was my whole.
How long ago was that?
I was just out of high school, so 2015, 2016. I was 18, 19.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm 23 now. So
That's wild, dude.
Yeah. So these headphones have been around, but I literally only used them for. I think I used them for 3 sessions, and I was like, "Fuck this," and I went straight to the Apple headphones.
Yeah.
And so I've been screwing up my ears ever since.
Yeah, man. When did the Mimic name come to you, or when did you start making music under that name?
Mimic was something that came and then left and then came back. Because it was actually the first time it was ever a name for me was when Granddad took me to graffiti, the tattoo graffiti school.
Tell that story, man.
Well, our granddad would take me down after I was probably in 3rd grade.
Yeah.
He would take me down to West Chicago for these graffiti classes. That were
No way.
spot.
Graffiti classes.
street art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Graffiti classes and by this dude Nerd who was also a skateboarder, and he was friends with my granddad because our granddad was a CTA bus driver, so he kind of just knew a lot of people around
That's
Chicago.
awesome. Wow.
And so that's how that all panned out, and he was a really cool dude named Nerd, and I was like 8 years old, right?
Yeah.
And he was just like, we don't have a name for you. What are you gonna draw? Like, you don't have a tag name, you know? We got to figure it out. So then he ended up just giving it to me, and like was like, your name's gonna be Mimic, MIMIC.
Okay, so that's how it came out.
That's how it
That's
came.
awesome.
But then like
Yeah.
when it wasn't like
Such a sick name though for that.
it was cool for that reason. But then like I went through like 6 other names. But then it finally came back and landed on Mimic. But that's the origin of it. So
That's a
so
great
awesome.
origin story.
That's a good origin.
Yeah.
Graffiti classes.
yeah.
Just drawing with like.
My whole
Did you
room-
go to like actual like places to just graffiti?
Yeah, well, there was one time when they actually like tagged something. I wasn't a part of it because I was
Yeah,
so
yeah.
young. But we were just drawing on like pieces of paper with like paint markers, and they were teaching. We were like learning
legal graffiti class.
legal graffiti class, and we would watch like really cool old videos on like the history of tagging and just like street art in general.
Wow.
It was really fun.
Where was this in Chicago?
It was West Chicago somewhere because I want to say I forgot which skate park it was near, but it was definitely near a skate park. But I remember when I recognized or I tried to ask Nana, and she remembered it as being West Chicago, but I was so young that I don't remember. I just remember from what they told me because I only went for like probably 2 years through elementary school.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
That's so awesome, dude.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
it was a really cool class. That definitely shaped me because that was like the first time I ever listened to hip hop music or anything. Because other than that, I was just listening to all Mikey's music, like whatever he listened.
Yeah, man.
So
Well, it sounds like a blend of that. So when did that first album that you came out that did so well? What I guess were you still in high school writing it, or was
For
it
the
right
Mimic
after?
stuff?
Yeah, the Mimic stuff.
yeah, the first Mimic project I ever did was like a shitty mixtape at like 15 or 16. But the first once I started taking it seriously, or when it like came back to Mimic, I was like 20 or something.
Yeah.
That's when I felt confident with it. When I started putting it
around
up.
around the Boulder.
Yeah, when we were going up to-
When we
it was
started
the first
taking
time
trips
when
up
we-
there to make music.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Mike took a 2-week
That
trip.
was 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Around
Yeah.
then, and then I think you really found
You were
your sound.
recording, yeah, because you record. That was the Brandon Baggs era.
Yeah.
You went back to, you did Bloom for that, right? Wasn't that under Bloom?
No, it was under Michael P.
Michael
Russell.
P. Yeah, that was just Michael Patrick Russell.
There was a little period where it was right around the Narwave era.
That was Narwave era.
After the Narwave era, or no, during Narwave era.
That
It
was
a
right
little
before you
break,
recorded
and
LP3.
We went up to Boulder to Wisconsin and did just to
Oh, wow.
record music, and we got to do 2 weeks up there. It was awesome, just get away. And we both
that was
put out
tight.
EPs. Definitely
we
gonna do
both-
it in the future.
We
we definitely will do it again.
I think that was like the whole idea too. Me and you kind of were like, we're gonna go up and
that
record
was
an
the
album.
idea. We're
Yeah,
taking
like-
2 weeks off. We're gonna go and do an
record.
album. And
That's awesome.
It was
Wow.
fun.
And
It
we
was really
both had
fun.
like the
That's
thing.
right. You wrote some songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were really good. Man.
Yeah.
Mike was
And
on that
was-
first, he did like a whole
Yeah,
guitar
the guitar.
track.
I heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That song was sick. That
man.
was like one of my favorite ones, and that was like
Yeah.
when I first started playing around with having guitar.
Yeah, man.
in
I
this.
mean, all that stuff's great still.
It
Still
is.
love the Mimic stuff. Speaking of drawing and stuff, though, I love the new Joyfriend fonts, dude. All the
Thanks.
Joyfriend fonts are amazing. And
Thank
dude,
you.
congratulations on the new project, and congrats
Thank you.
on
Thank you.
the project in general. It sounds amazing, dude.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
it.
man.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
When did, dude? Yeah, it sounds excellent. When did Joyfriend come to you? What was the process of that?
Joyfriend's also like it is very early in its stages. That is.
So early, dude. It's like
I've just
it's
thought
a
about it
newborn
the other
baby.
day. Yeah, where I was like, it became a year. So January 31st of last year of 2019 was the very first Joyfriend song. So the last day of 2019. So if you think about it, it was only 2020 so yeah, it's only been a year of Joyfriend. But it was always I actually always had that name in the back of my head as being like, it came
One
to
of the
me.
best names.
That's a
ever.
great
Yeah,
name.
it came to me,
Joyfriend.
and it was sitting in my notes like through Mimic, like while I was still doing Mimic
The
stuff.
first time you told me about that name, I was shocked it wasn't taken.
Yeah,
I
because
was
no one,
shocked. I was like,
Wow.
how is that name not taken yet?
because you always do the rundown to see like if anyone's.
Just out of curiosity.
I think
So,
there is there's this one band that goes by Summer Joyfriend. That's like they're from.
It's not the same.
No, it's not the same.
No.
And I think that was the only person I found
Yeah.
at the time, and I was like, I'm just gonna go with Joyfriend. And then I think there is someone that has weirdly, since I used it now too.
You got
Now there is some pop artist that's using it. She's like, I do have to copyright it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
But she's all, I don't know. Yeah. So, but that name was fun because it was always just like, I didn't know what I was going to use it for. Yeah. And then I'm glad that I used it for what it is now, I guess. Yeah.
That's awesome, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I was stoked about finding that.
How did those first few songs, Joyfriend songs, come to you?
Just strictly with the guitar. It all has to do with like the idea for me was like stripping it all down to the acoustic guitar.
That's very cool.
So it was the first time that I ever I had written songs on very, very seldom on an acoustic guitar before. I think I only did it twice.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
But then I kind of dedicated to being like, all right, I'm gonna get good at guitar and I want to learn how to write better.
It's so epic, dude, because your production was so amazing already on the Mimic era, and you really kind of crafted that. And then to hear you strip back and then just take more of an even raw approach, and hear with the acoustic, and your songwriting even got better too. So it just really lit it up.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
really
it sounds
cool.
like you challenged yourself. You know?
Yeah,
totally.
I think that's what it had to. Yeah, it definitely had to do with that. Especially, and I'll forever credit the learning curve of going from that Mimic or producing and all that is the only reason I was able to pull off Joyfriend is because I for years was teaching myself how to make things sound right with Mimic and making it sound clean and making it sound like a real song.
Yeah.
And so going into Joyfriend with that knowledge already kind of definitely helped.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah.
We're on the opposite. We're figuring out the process.
Yeah, because you guys,
because we were going to studios. It was different back in the day. You would jam, and then you would go to the studio.
If you're following a band route,
definitely.
But I mean, I loved what you did with not to call it bedroom pop, but just the
it was bedroom. It's still bedroom music.
Yeah,
for sure. I don't know if it's bedroom pop, but it's bedroom music.
No, but
still made
it's
in my
a huge
bedroom.
genre.
Yeah, no, it is.
It's actually a really nice thing. One of my favorite songs you did was actually based on a sample, "Good Company." I remember just being being obsessed with that song on SoundCloud.
That is,
and then tracking down the sample that you.
That is crazy. That's some old. I don't even. That was Boulder. That was off Curious Kingdom. That's so funny. I think I only have it on SoundCloud. Oh man, yeah, that was a fun track. I think I was looking at old pop or. It was synthwave music.
Yeah, synthwave music.
It's I was going deep on YouTube archives of that, so I sampled some shit from there. Sorry, I don't know if I could cuss. I don't know.
Oh, absolutely.
Cool. What I was going to say actually about that is that I feel like me and you had that conversation before where, as far as the recording goes, I've never experienced the band recording, and for you, that's all you've ever known. And I want to know that.
For the longest time it was.
And I wonder what the difference is, because I still, to this day, you guys, I know you probably are people writing songs on their acoustic guitars and bringing them to bands. I don't know. I don't know what the
That's
I've
usually
started
the process.
to do that. I've written some songs on acoustic guitar, and then I'll kind of do them halfway on purpose so that someone else can
So that there's
complete.
room?
Yeah, so there's room. So a second verse needs to be filled in or something.
What's your recording process in your bedroom?
For me, I always have to fully. Well, I guess with Joyfriend, I've never put out a song that I haven't fully written first. All of them have been entirely written on my acoustic guitar. Because I used to only ever work focus on the production first. So this time I'm kind of writing the song, and then I'm going ahead and I get the guitar in. And while writing, I always there's little things in my head and intricacies that I imagine that'll go into the recording, or certain even taking pauses and my phrases, the way I'll deliver it, that all comes to me while I'm writing, because I have to know how to pan that out while making it sound. Because I kind of want it to sound like it's stuff that is just being played from my desk. Not that I want it to, but so that, I don't know if that makes sense. But
I think it's incredible. Shout out to Mom and Dad.
Shout out to Mom and Dad.
Thank you for the Nutter Butter. Shout out to Nutter Butters. And
for letting us record in the house
living
for so
still
long.
on the living on the home front with you still. I thought it was super interesting the way you started taking the approach where you would sit down and basically you really got disciplined with finishing a song in its completion
Yeah.
and sitting there, like he starts on his notebook and he'll sit there with the acoustic and play the song over and over and over until it's done. Where for me, I'm like, this, I'll put it down and I'll
Yeah,
just
I'm
go
much
do
more
something
like
else.
that.
I cannot, you know.
Yeah,
so,
Mike has so
dude,
many
it's
ideas
like,
that it's just like
I just can't.
they're all, you have like you probably have like 18,000 notebooks, and I have like one that I'll dedicate to for like, I'll label my notebook like specifically, and I'll
Yeah.
make sure I like
But it
finish
works.
writing in that notebook.
Yeah, and that was a great approach. And
Yeah.
the
Thanks, man.
discipline behind it is huge. You know,
Yeah.
and I think it really pays off.
That's funny that you hear that, because I'm sure like from the basement it sounds like I'm just playing like the same song over and 'cause for me it's always like coming up with the first line, and then from there it kind of goes. I don't know. There's like something that I never try. The same way that you approach it, like in stream of conscious, I try and do that,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're getting to that
sometimes you
point?
need that first line though. You
just
need
like,
that.
so I just keep going at it, and
I mean, I've heard Mike stream of conscious an entire song that actually made sense. You know, like and most of them do. Like calling you, that I showed John Blind. I mean, like there's like an entire story. You know, a character.
Yeah.
It's insane.
And it's a rare ability,
Yeah.
and you have it in your blood.
Totally.
So you're kind of very methodical. You need to kind of like really complete the idea.
for now,
awesome.
Yeah.
there has been times where like I can kind of like let that go, but there's songs I've recorded in that manner, but none of them are out. Like I like doing that for the sake of keeping my mind moving,
Just fresh.
like
yeah.
to get shit
Yeah.
out. Like so I'll flesh things out. Like even the other day, like I had like this just drum track, and I like
Where'd you lay down the drum track again?
I don't know what I could say.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That sounds weird.
Yeah.
I'll just say it. Maybe you could cut it out. But I tracked the drums at just where I work. There's a drums kit. There's a drum kit in because I'm a
Shout out to D64.
shout out to
baby.
District 64. So I'm a custodian. Yeah, I'm a custodian where I work.
You weren't on the job.
I'm a custodian at Washington, and so
Nice.
I had some extra time at the end of the night. It's okay. We could put this out. I played drums in my
Shout out
last
to D64.
in my
How'd you record it?
just off my voice memo. like literally on my phone, and then I went home
cool.
and I just was like, I've never ever done live drums, so then I like ripped a guitar and then I ripped these crazy vocals over it really quickly, and I was just like trying to sound
awesome.
like Billy Corgan. Or,
Yeah.
you know,
Get
and
the
then just-
idea done.
Yeah,
Get
so
the
then,
idea out there.
so then I did it. Like so that shit happens to me, and that's always fun because then those sometimes they sound cool, and but
Well, you're welcome to come here
Totally.
and play the kit.
I don't know how to play the drums.
absolutely.
I could keep a real simple beat, but
That's all it is,
awesome.
man. I think you can even do it better than, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as you're just focusing on the core beat, you know.
Totally.
Yeah.
And just
Yeah,
I
'cause
mean,
you-
getting the coordination is just really just the hi-hat, snare, and bass drum. and
once you get the
that's-
chord beat down, then you learn how to flex around it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Then you start to open up the fills and
Yeah.
like, you know, keep time on the hi-hat with the left foot. Or
It's a different part of the brain, I think.
Definitely is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking
Well,
of that,
expansive,
like
man. Yeah.
Tommy, like, how about Matt the drummer's fills, man? Just,
Dude, the fills
Tommy
are.
always brings it up. He's
Yeah,
like,
your fills are off the chain. Your fills are, dude. They're just so like, yeah, they're very empowering. Like when they happen, you're just like, you're going on a ride or some shit.
You mean for like the recording music that we've done? Or-
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, just
a lot
just when they do pop, like they just have a nice. They have like a certain electricity to them for sure.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, they're
I
cool.
appreciate that.
You got some nice drums. Like, congratulations to you guys on the new album. The final
Thank you,
album's
bro.
fucking
Thank you,
awesome.
man.
Yeah, liked it a lot.
great.
So even on that album, I can't like specifically.
That was one album because like back when we did it, you know, like I was really kind of, you know, just fine tuning, you know, drums because it's like it's an instrument where you can be very ambitious but then not really go too much on, you know, to the solid and to the click. And I really just wanted, you know, I admire drummers who just really kind of played out. But for this drummer, you know, for this album, I disciplined myself and made sure that like every song that I was practicing every day for it, and that all the fills were mapped out, and like everything was really just solid into the click.
Totally.
Yeah.
You can hear it.
Yeah, no, and so that's what I'm really most proud of, is just having those like stacked songs.
That does.
And
Yeah,
now-
it has that feeling.
Yeah, now we're
Totally.
doing a second album, still with a producer, but the third man, we're just
Jimmy.
kind of doing
Shout
it
out to
ourselves.
Jimmy.
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Yeah.
And I mean, be fair, we have like a ton of songs that like we've done just ourselves and like behind like
True.
beats or stuff. But,
Yeah.
I guess it's really just having the confidence to just really kind of go out and be, you know, just that Just like, I mean, you're like mastering these songs to yourself,
Yeah.
and then
For the most part, did you take? I'm interested. Did you take Dogfight to a master company, or did you?
No, so I only ever really focus in on the mix. Like I
Yeah,
mix all
yeah.
my own stuff really heavily, and then I just send it to Lander. I'm still just mastering off the website.
oh, got it, Lander.
I
yeah.
pay for it.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's amazing.
Basically, I try and it's nice because I try and take the mixing so seriously that if I'm like, this sounds good, all I really need it to be now is like
A
loud.
little louder. Yeah.
Or like have that volume to it.
Yeah.
I do wanna. There's people that have reached out to me to like record in studios now actually, and I want to do that, but I just haven't. So like I'd like to know what it would sound like if I have other people. I think like
Part of it is
mixing
like the
and
environment
mastering
and like the journey. Like
Yeah.
we just went to like we decided instead of just do
I think
an
it's also-
entire song with one studio, we went to like 5. you
Yeah.
know, or
Yeah, you taste test.
yeah, no, it's like the environment, especially going to Michigan.
Yeah.
I mean, there was that kind of like rustic.
Yeah, that
you
was so
know,
fun.
Yeah,
I think it's also important, or the benefit for anyone that like, because even you're hacking away, recording your own music like on your own setup, or anyone that does do that. I think going into a studio with that knowledge already has got to like make it 100% easier on everyone involved. Like if you're already going in knowing how to mix a song,
Yeah.
or you have your own idea of it, you kind of can like work with people better, especially like professional engineers a little better. Maybe
Totally.
that's my guess.
No,
I still haven't done
absolutely.
it, so I don't know. Maybe it's total shit still. I don't
That's
know.
awesome. That's so exciting, man. Yeah, it's gonna be great when you get into the
Get into the
studio,
studio,
man.
yeah,
That's
that'll be exciting.
That's awesome.
I definitely want to have like once I'm ready for like a full record. I don't know if I'll be able to. Maybe I can pull it off in my fucking wherever. I'm moving out
Yeah.
hopefully soon, regardless. So
That's awesome.
get
Congrats,
a
bro.
new studio going in
Yeah,
my own
man.
place.
Nice.
yeah, of
That's
course.
awesome.
Just
Well,
What did you
Uh,
start out with? Like a pad? Like, you know, after you got that Studio One, or like that
Oh yeah.
PreSonus
Yeah. What
thing,
was the next
what was
step?
what was the next
for
step?
you once after you met? Speaking really quick, Tommy, when you went to go buy the PreSonus, I'm pretty sure one of the trips, Tommy, before we knew, ran in
Yeah.
to Marky Cobain.
Marky Cobain.
And Tommy came out of the Guitar Center. He's like, I just met this guy. He said his name was Marky
That
Cobain.
was
And that was
actually
before we even reached out to him. Tommy
It
met
was
him
funny.
at Guitar Center.
that was actually before one of our Boulder trips. So that was when I already.
it was.
So
Yeah,
it
when
wasn't
we were
even
going
for
up to
like
record.
that was. I had already
I'm
had.
pretty sure it might have been the trip, the 2 week
Yeah,
trip.
because it was
you
our-
came out and you were like, I just met this guy. He said his name is Marky Cobain. And
Yeah, like, and you were
he
just
was
like-
I was like,
We were
what?
like, how could anyone? And then he told me he was in a band like called the Cobains or whatever, and I was
Yeah.
just like, that's
Shout out to
crazy.
the Cobains.
Wow.
Shout out to the Cobains. And then, but that was actually I went and bought like just I had already had a good amount of equipment, but I bought like a mini, like the mini keyboard or whatever.
That's it.
Yeah,
I think
I used the
that was the
mini
first
keyboard.
time you
Yeah.
bought the
Yeah, the
The
little
Akai?
yeah the Akai mini.
the
Yeah,
Akai. Shout
So-
out to the Akai. man.
yeah,
It's a
that was fun to
beast.
play with because
Guys
like
are great.
Yeah.
hey, like take it to the park and make beats
So cool.
outside, which was what I was doing. But I already had like my keyboard at home that I was doing all my production on, so it was I just got like a miniature version,
So
Nice.
awesome.
and that's when I met Cobain, dude.
Yeah.
Marky Cobain.
And then from there, you just kind of kept on getting more gear. Right?
Yeah, it kind of the Mimic gear was I never had all that much. It was all literally Sarah and Chris gifted me.
Yeah, that was
Shout out
awesome.
Sarah and Chris. They
Yes.
gifted me like on Christmas. They got me the first thing I ever worked with was actually what's that other software? The crazy one, Ableton.
Ableton.
Or it wasn't Ableton. There's two.
Reason,
Ableton,
Logic.
Fruity Loops.
What'd you just say?
Fruity Loops.
No,
Pro
Tools.
Pro Tools.
Pro Tools. Pro Tools.
Pro
Oh yeah, you did get Pro Tools.
It was
Yeah,
Pro
Pro
Tools.
Tools. Do you still
That's-
use it?
standard, man.
industry
Yeah.
standard.
Yeah.
That's like the
Pro
the-
Tools was like weird because I didn't even
That's
really.
the best one to learn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was hard. That was like the first one I had at like
Tools.
15. So
No
like,
way.
yeah, and I didn't really know what I was doing. Like Mike let me borrow one of his mics. That was when I was
Yeah.
doing like early like rap, like hip hop
Yeah.
music.
Yeah.
I was trying to just rap over instrumentals off
Yeah,
YouTube.
yeah.
You don't
But I
need
was
Pro
making-
Tools for that.
Yeah, you do not need that. But that's what did eventually get me into like making my own beats and all that during that whole
That's
era.
awesome.
But then
Yeah.
I guess my equipment for Mimic never went past having just a keyboard,
Yeah.
Logic, and an electric guitar.
Yeah, dude,
Nice.
you got me into Logic. And
Logic's
I love
the
it.
best.
Shout out.
I
to
still
Logic.
use Logic.
It's great.
Yeah.
Like I'm very happy with it.
I think
Definitely.
for anyone like it's just super user friendly and it's just like there's a lot of ways you could like just mess around on it to make it. You could like, I don't know.
There's a lot of
You can
color.
imitate.
I like it especially for drums and guitar
Yeah.
and bass. I mean, you really can like see just the
Right. No, yeah, like I said, it's just user friendly. It looks nice. Like it just makes sense to me. I guess because I've always been a GarageBand kid too.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah,
where it really.
exactly.
Even before, I guess we all start on GarageBand.
Shout out to
So
GarageBand.
GarageBand is actually even before Pro Tools. You gotta give GarageBand
That's your
the credit.
sound, man.
Yeah.
Speaking, shout out to Fallon.
What do you mean?
She's like, you got that garage sound.
Fallon did say that
It's
the first time.
best quote on Joyfriend ever.
So yeah, she listened to the Dogfight EP and she was just like, "Yeah, it sounds like you made it in a garage." But like she meant it in the best way possible. Shout out Fallon. That was cool. Because I was like,
Garage
hell
music.
yeah, it does sound like garage
Yeah, man.
music.
Well, cool, dude. Right about this time, this is when we'll go ahead and cut away and make a track.
Nice.
This is Rock Radio, dude. This is
Let's do it, man.
so awesome to have you on. Thanks for coming through.
Thank you guys, man.
And
Yeah, it's
welcome
been-
to the Maddox Studios, dude.
Yeah.
This is our practice space,
This
man.
is super tight. I
This is
really
where
like
we lay
it.
down.
This is my first time in here, so I'm honored to be
thanks for
sitting
coming,
in its
man.
presence.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've wanted to do this. I've been looking forward to this podcast probably the most, man.
Yeah.
'Cause I've been
Yeah.
just following your project and just
Likewise,
talent.
man. Yeah, you guys are.
And just so happy that you're kind of just pursuing just this music, man. And
Yeah.
just,
Yeah.
you're
So
doing
cool.
so well
Thank
at
you.
it too, man. And like
Such
the
great
talent
stuff.
is there, and just yeah, man. I mean, just like do you want to kind of go into just the era of like I guess quantity, because I think music's just coming at so fast, and that's really kind of
Yeah.
been in my mindset of like if we can get to like a song every 3 days, for you, like where do you think of that direction of like, do you think you could songwrite so fast? I mean, where do you think music is going with that?
As far as like how much I could put out or anything?
Yeah, exactly.
Like quantity versus quality? I
Or
don't
are
know.
you still kind of like on the album cycle, and that's something
Yeah.
that you like, kind of having like a theme
Yeah.
project like Stripes had?
I have something in my head like rigged. Like I have an idea of what my next steps are, and it kind of
Cool.
it definitely follows like a formula of like I kind of am working towards, I guess putting out like a studio album, like a first.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
So like to have, I guess I want to have like, I'm basically last year I'm gonna try and do the same thing this year, and then after that I'm gonna like kind of buckle in and be like work towards an album.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna try and I think quality for me is like way beyond
Yeah.
any
Quality
means.
over
Yeah.
quantity.
I
It's tough, man. It's an ever-changing industry, and
Yeah.
the speed of the industry.
It is tough because I
is-
get that. Like putting out a lot of music is also a good idea if you could
Yeah.
manage it. But it's just tough. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's a hard balance sometimes.
Yeah.
But
I guess I just like to hear. I guess if my favorite artist could make a song every 3 days, I would.
You would be
like,
listening
really,
to it.
yeah, you would listen to it.
Exactly.
I personally,
Sure,
yeah,
that's really cool.
definitely. And that's I
It's
just
like
don't know if
binging
I
a
could do
TV show on
that.
Netflix. I don't want the episodes to
The
just
end.
stop.
You just want to
Yeah.
hear everything. Yeah, I think that. Yeah, because that's what I always love about finding bands that I've never listened to that have always been that are like already around for so long. Because then you just have a
that's
whole
like,
catalog.
Oh,
You have
Discography,
all,
yeah.
yeah, you find
Discography,
everything,
man,
so you
that's
could just.
awesome.
So I guess like that I love. So I guess
Yeah.
yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, let's rock out.
Cool.
Yeah, let's do it.
Nice. Where do we put the mic for now? Just drop it down. Break it.
If you want, you could use that guitar.
Things that it was on your way after I
Hello and welcome to the Rawk Radio Roundout. This is episode 13. Correction, that's the Rawk Radio Roundup. Yes, this is NPR, your host, Michael Patrick Russell. Today, we had none only than Joyfriend.
Pleasure to be here.
So epic, man.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah, it was
awesome.
epic. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thanks so much for coming on the show, and thanks so much for just being here, man, and explaining, Mimic. That was cool story and everything, how you got started, and anything out to any someone getting started out there, anyone who wants to songwrite or maybe even join a band. Any advice you'd give them?
Just keep telling your parents that you're gonna make it over and over again until they start to believe you, so that you could buy yourself the.
Yeah, so you almost became a custodian around here, huh? Yeah, man.
Almost, and then I decided I'm just fucking around. Yeah.
Those were cool chords, man. Spider Bite.
Spider Bite, that's a tight song.
Name of the song.
Yeah, I got a spider bite on my finger, so we're rolling with that one.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, dude. I love those chords.
yeah, no one knows what they are, so I don't know what they are. I just was playing the guitar. I never know. That's the thing I'll say to any aspiring musician.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do it, don't be an asshole like me. And before you get into it, learn what you're playing. Don't just learn how to play
think
with your
there's-
fingers by sound.
That's true. You should eventually learn, but
I mean, I
whether,
know-
whether you get involved with knowing the chords or not, I think all that matters is you get going.
Yeah,
Get
your
going.
ear is the most important. It doesn't.
That's what John has been
yeah,
saying.
theory
And I
comes
believe
second
that.
to
I can second
how powerful your ear is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you've got an ear for chords, even if you don't know what they are, you're fine.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, yeah, it was learning the basics for me, and I know the basics, and then from there, like we said earlier with the drums, you just start tweaking it, and then you make things up, and I'm sure there's names for them, I just don't know the names for them.
Yeah, that was super awesome though, man.
So,
Really-
yeah, that was a
really
fun
like that
song.
track.
Thank you guys.
How'd you find the experience of actually doing this on the spot?
Oh, I love it. I love doing shit like that, like the sporadic. That's why I don't want to think about lyrics or anything. I'll just sing in the mic and stuff. That's always my
Yeah, man.
Like I was saying, I was explaining that earlier. Like, just do shit for the fuck of it. You know?
It's fun, dude.
Yeah.
The dude from Atlas Sound does that a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that do
That's the
stream
dude.
of conscious stuff, and
Yeah, he's tight. He's
and,
Deer Hunter too, right?
Deer Hunter.
Oh no way, Deer Hunter.
Deer Hunter
He does
is
a lot of
Atlas
stream
Sound.
of conscious.
You mean
writing.
the lead singer?
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's good, man.
But he
He's
is
really cool.
Atlas Sound, I'm pretty sure.
As well, yeah. That's
It's
his
not
other-
like the
that's
same
another
dude,
project.
yeah.
But it's something fun about it, just jazzy about it.
Yeah, it
just
is
doing on the
jazzy.
spot.
Yeah. I'm not too good at it, but I think it's fun. I think
thought
it
was
sounds
great,
fun.
man. That was a
Yeah,
great
it was
song.
great.
That was epic, dude.
Yeah.
So, what are the future plans for Joyfriend?
Just
What do you got going?
finishing out a couple more songs through the year and through the spring, and
Right now? Cool, man.
have an EP out before the end of the year as well. So
Maybe go to
Nice.
Guitar Center and
buy
talk to
some
Mark
more.
and Cobain.
Yeah, buy an electric guitar. Maybe take my electric guitars a little more seriously because I don't have a very nice.
Didn't you buy a guitar from Marky the other day?
I just got myself a really nice acoustic guitar, not from
Dude,
Marky.
What kind
Not
of guitar
from.
is it?
Not, it's actually a breed love or love breed.
Love,
It's
acoustic,
one or the
yeah.
other. It was. I guess it's made from like all resourceable material and reusable material. The guy was like explaining to me, it's like a smaller neck.
It's really
It's
sweet.
really nice.
Yeah.
And I just found out. I didn't even realize it's an electric acoustic.
Oh no way!
Yeah,
Oh, nice. You can plug it in.
Yeah,
Dude,
so
I
that's
had
what
no
I'm really
idea.
amped. But it just had like a real
Oh,
nice
man.
sound to it. It's really beautiful and just.
That's awesome.
I
dude.
basically went to Guitar Center and I was like, I need a new acoustic guitar because I've only been playing on these like 2 Yamahas that I've had for like
Yeah.
since I was 19, and I was just like, I'm gonna treat myself to a nice acoustic guitar.
Yeah. Shout out to Alex DeYoung, who's an excellent master.
Dude, I
anyone
should-
that's
yeah.
that wants to master stuff, DeYoung Mastering.
I should send my
highly
shit to
recommend.
Alex, actually.
But he's the one that inspired the Yamaha. Like back in the day, he always had just like a Yamaha in the back seat of his car, just a camper guitar. A campground guitar.
Yeah.
Where you're
Did you do
Yamaha's
again
guitar.
and Penguin That Can Fly on those songs?
Yeah.
Yeah, no way.
Yeah, that was a Yamaha for
Yamahas
sure.
are super reliable. I think I'll always use Yamaha. Like you get it for like $200, less than $200, and it's like got a great sound to it. I love
Yeah, man.
Yamahas.
Yeah.
personally.
Shout out to Yamaha and shout out to Alex, the Young Mastering. Get your masters today, the authentic way. But yeah, good shit, man.
Yeah, it was fun. Thank you for having me.
That was awesome. Awesome to have you, man. So looking forward to the future of Joyfriend, man. I can't
Likewise
wait to
to you
see
guys.
where you're going with this. Just like such an exciting and refreshing project. So
Thanks,
unique, man, and real fresh. And congrats on Dogfight.
Thank you.
Such a great EP, man.
Thank you.
Such a great collection of songs that you put together. And
Congratulations to you guys
Yeah,
on the
man.
album.
Thank you so
brother.
much.
Likewise, you guys are crushing it. So
yeah, man, maybe we'll have you again on episode 18.
yeah, I'd love to come back for 18.
Can you, real quick, before the show, Mike told me some rumors about Lyrical Lemonade and maybe
that's
a possible
right, yeah.
upcoming interview.
yeah, I
That's
did do
cool.
an interview with them. Yeah,
Yeah.
You did an interview with Lyrical Lemonade.
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. They got
Yeah.
we're supposed to have one coming out.
That's
I
huge
don't know
news,
when.
man.
Yeah, it was cool. I got to meet with Elliot, super cool dude. So
Yeah.
I don't know when
Is he
it's
one of
going
the
out.
editors
so
over there?
Huh?
Is he one of the editors?
Yeah, he's like, I think he like found it with like some.
Oh,
like,
God, he's the
like
founder.
some- I
Yeah,
don't know if
or
he
like
is,
one of the-
He's probably like one of the main.
Yeah,
editors,
one of the main
but
people.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So yeah,
That's
yeah,
a huge
tight.
thing. I mean, because like they usually just do, pure, hip hop. Not to say
Shout
that
out to the
Joyfriend isn't like
slaps.
pure hip hop, but like it's kind of like you got like a balance of like
Yeah.
kind of acoustic rock
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
hip hop style into it. So how did they get in contact with you? How did they discover you?
So it was unique because they Elliot they threw me on their like the 50.
It was the
projects.
countdown for the year, right?
Yeah, it was like the top 50 projects of the year, and they kind of, Elliot had said or wrote in that he likes to like incorporate 8 to 10 or other projects that aren't necessarily like hip hop oriented or something, and that was like a total surprise with me because no one told me I was going to be on that list. I swear,
just, like,
I just went on like
So you made the top 50.
yeah, and I didn't even know I was
didn't
on
even
it.
know. Like,
I
he just
really
went on,
didn't.
he's like, oh shit.
Because so Elliot threw me on there, but I know his older brother Eric, and I guess Eric had played like the EP for Elliot, and then Elliot like decided like, hey man, yeah, this is cool.
This is
so,
it. Yeah.
So he threw it on there, which was just like this great because that no one like he didn't hit me up being like, yo, you're gonna be on the top
That's
50.
huge, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I just went on it
Congrats,
being like seeing if I'd missed any music that year, just to see who was on it. Because usually, like, I know like some low-key up-and-comers that'll be on, or like you just hear about people through Chicago, and
Yeah,
so that was cool. Yeah, that was tight.
that's super awesome, man.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
in the moment, it was like I was super. I'm forever stoked about it. It's like there's little moments like that excite you, but that was really cool. Yeah.
That's super sweet, man.
Yeah.
And yeah, everyone, go check out Joyfriend today. As an excellent EP out there, Dogfight. Go check it out. Streaming everywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, everywhere.
And do you have a Bandcamp?
I do have a Bandcamp.
Yeah, what is it?
SoundCloud. It's all Joyfriend. It's just
Joyfriend.
Joyfriend.
Got it. Yeah, and so-
well, I guess Bandcamp's different because you got like an @ as well.
And you also have some exclusive singles though on Bandcamp.
I do have,
right?
Bandcamp and SoundCloud have exclusive material of reinterpretations of 2 of my songs, which were Champion and Tokyo Waterfall.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love
And I've
those
also
songs.
thrown I think those are the only 2 that have like extra exclusive
awesome, bro.
music on it. But yeah,
Well, dude, thank you so much once again,
Thank
man.
you guys,
That is
man.
episode
Yeah.
13
yeah,
Rock
it's
Radio.
awesome to
my
talk and
favorite
jam
one.
out.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone so much for
Episode
tuning in.
13, man.
Until next time.
The Rock Radio.
Rock on.
Later.
Peace.
Nice.